Welcome to Trading Lounge and the Australian report for the 18th of February. So with the ASX here, we've been looking at wave 4 here with wave 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. So expecting it to push higher, but it does seem that this little move that's come down for wave 2 here can be counted as an ABC or an impulse wave. So we'll need to have a bit of a look at that. But first of all, the Australian dollar should push higher as well now, so that could be helpful to the ASX. And the move down here counts as an A and a B and a C, as you'll see on our website. So that should push up from here now. So that will be a bit of a guiding light on that. But yeah, that little move that's coming back into this space here, if I just have a look at it on my 20 tick chart, which is this move here, coming down through here, it does seem that in a rough way we could look at it as wave 1, ABC for 2 here, and down for 3, 4 and 5 here. So that means that we need to be very mindful of, if we do count it as 5 waves, then we'd need to be mindful that it could just come back to, well, when we look at this here, all through here is that main resistance area, and we'd need to be above that to confirm that we're going to go higher at that point. So that's the problem area there. We could also look at that as 6880 and 72 in here and 65. That's all of group 2 in that space. So we'd need that as support. Thursday's got a habit of opening higher and then closing lower, so we'd need to be mindful of that. But yeah, look, this, I mean, there's a couple of things wrong with this as a 5-wave structure, as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 here. Wave 4 overlaps wave 1, so that kind of makes it corrective at that point. But at this degree of structure at tick chart level, I don't know if that's such a big deal. Also, the other thing here too is I can count 5 waves down to here, and then to here, and 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it counts as 5 waves there. I was just thinking as possible A wave, B wave, oh sorry, A wave to here, and then an A, B and C wave to here. So basically an A wave to here, a B wave to here, and a C wave to that point. But either which way I look at it, it doesn't give me confidence. So the only thing that's going to give me confidence is seeing the market sitting on the 6880 as the support. So if you're currently long in this market, then you'll need to just sort of understand that. Yeah, so what we could end up actually getting here, unfortunately, is a move up through to here somewhere and then down at that point, and then up from there. But then I'd have to relabel this here as well, but I'm counting it okay. Then the only problem with this count is I've got 1 here and 2 here, that's fine, and 3 here and 4 here, that's all perfect. But this little move here has got an extra wave in it here, so technically I should really be putting that just to the one side over here on top of that one here, but that's the top, but it's giving me 3 waves there. So maybe I need to look at this as all of wave 4 here, and so it would be 1 and 2 and 3 here, and then an A wave, a B wave, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, rather large 4, and down for 5 here for the 4th wave, and up for the 5th wave. So in essence, it makes, copy this, it makes this wave 1 here and this wave 2 over here, making a deeper correction at that point. So I think that we just need to manage the trade in here with a little bit of caution here. So as I just mentioned, this is just the 1 hour chart. It's possible to have this wave 1 sitting over here, that would be possible, and then having the wave 2 down here. We've talked about it before. So we've got that low in place here now, just dropped a little bit below the 61.8%, not a big deal, but we didn't get the retested resistance, so you should still be long in that. So that means you can put the stop under here now, because that shouldn't be breached. We also probably talked about taking a percentage profit coming down through that point, so that would have lightened the load a little bit as well. So I think that as soon as we come up into the 50% here or make a new high here, then look to take a bit more off the table, and then we'll look to go long once we've got that box here as the support. Then we can go long at that point. There's still plenty of time because we'll be looking for either grey wave 1 here, wave 2 here, and going up for wave 3, 4 and 5 for the third wave, fourth, and so on. So plenty of time there. And even if we do come back, here's an ABC pattern here, probably won't come back that far. This will probably end up being, if that's the length of the A wave, then the B wave here. So probably 6-8 at that point. So we won't go short at that point either, because unless you're just scalping, that's a different thing, and you completely different game mode. So yeah, it's possible to move up to there and then down to here with that nice support here, and the same length, that length here, and this length roughly the same, and then moving up from that point. And in that case, we need to look at you know, getting in across that line there or something, you know. So yeah, so look, unfortunately we have to navigate this. The swing days, you know, start on Tuesday and they go through Wednesday and Thursday. So we're not into Friday yet. So Friday, Monday should be the bullish day. So we just need to get from one side to the other. Yeah, on that. Can have a look at Combank. We weren't really sort of looking at that too much, but the move down here being counted an A wave, a B wave and a C wave down here. It was down on lower volume, so that's good news. So yeah, it's covered a little gap here and so on, but we'll just leave it for a little bit longer, and then we'll pull it apart. Maybe tomorrow we'll have a look at that on the tick chart. We've been more interested in the resources, and China is still having New Year's, so the iron ore market's not there, but we can look at BHP. So yeah, just running a trend line through the low bottom here, which I had before, just extending it up. It's tipped that there nicely. So look, I can see that, you know, trends have got a beginning, a middle and an end. Okay, so the middle of this will be right in the middle here where this gap is here. That would be the middle. So this whole move here, if you flip that over on its head up here, you'll get the same thing, because these are a series of 1s and 2s here. So over here you'll get a series of 3s and 4s and 5s, you know what I mean? So we could pretty much, if you can just invert that image here and just flip it over, that will give you a pretty good idea of what's coming up here for this market. So yeah, something like this, we'll see. And then if you're not long in this already, then you can just wait for support over here for this. But this trend from this low to here is not finished. It would be finished once we've got wave 1 and 2 here and 1 and 2 here, so that means we'll need 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 to finish up here, so in that little section there anyway. But we're looking at this here now as wave 1. I won't go into that right now. We looked at all that yesterday. So RIO also moving up nicely. This is how BHP should be counted, but yeah, in the bigger picture here, wave 1 and 2, and then 1 and 2, and we're going up here, so all aboard, and we'll be heading up higher, but always one step at a time. So we've got the 130 here, so we should see, you know, spend a little bit of, not very much time here, I'd imagine, but we'll see. And then markets move quite quickly between the numbers 3 and 5, and also between 8 and 5 in both directions, 5 and 8 and 3 and 5. When it's moving through 1, 2 and 3 here, in this case it moved through really quickly and made my statement, because normally when it moves through here it's more of a slogging sort of thing, but we're in wave 3 here, so that gives a bit more parabolic to it, gives a bit more momentum. But yeah, normally moves slower, coming up and down through 1, 2 and 3, but quite quickly between 3 and 5 once support has been established in both directions, long and short. But looking good there. And FMG, of course. Oh, that was the thing with FMG, wasn't it? We noted there was a possible 5-wave structure down through here, but this is looking good now. We can look at that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 1 and 2, and probably all that as third wave here. And because we're above the 61.8%, we should be okay. So once we make a new high above this one here, right, then that will give us an impulse wave to the upside at that point. So that will be bullish at that point. So we need to see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to see that there at the 25. So we're still long in this, and we're going to be looking to add on top of 25 as support. You may have taken profit or a percentage in that space because we'd counted 5 waves up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could look at the way that this counted so far. Just labeling it might not be the right labeling, but certainly the right numbering. Yeah, something of this nature here. Okay, so we've got wave 1 in play now, so we can look to go, once we get to 25, once that pushes up to 25, that will tell me we've got an impulse wave, and the corrective wave, this move down here, even though it looks impulsive, is actually finished and will be moving higher. And also this here too, having that impulse wave there is fantastic, and this here is a corrective wave. So yeah, all good, all on board to 30 in this case. So yeah, and obviously FMG's got a different, larger structure than the other markets. So all of this here, I mean, if you know this movement across here, you would look at that as the accumulation process, and then you would take that distance across here and square it up here, and that would be squaring time and price. That would be Gann's work. W.D. Gann. Well, in fact, it would be Richard Wyckoff's work, who was mates with Gann. So he was the one that established the relationship between the price and the volume, but also the accumulation process. He'd done the most work on the volume. So when you see a nice big base like that, then you know that the trend is there. And I can see this trend here. We could look at this as wave 1 and 2 here, right? And this is all just part of the third wave here. Well, in fact, this would be wave 1 and 2 here. And then this is all the third wave. So 1 and 2 here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up here. So all of that's the third wave. So if I could just draw that out for you. So we've got 1 and 2 here, and all of the third wave, probably the fourth wave that's just been in here. The fifth wave has got to come. That will take us to that point. And then we've still got that structure. So we've still got wave 4 here, and then we've got wave 5 here. That's just from that structure there. So yeah, still plenty of space to the upside for this. Yep. So alrighty. Was there anything else I wanted to cover? No, that's just about it, I think. So yeah. So any long trades in in the ASX? I mean, I'd expect today. Where did BHP overnight close? Probably a little bit softer or something. Yeah, hardly anything. So that inside sort of day here for that. And that's cool. That's what's going to happen. We're going to see a bit of profit taking and all those sort of things. And we'll see a little corrective pattern that's going to establish itself at 75. And once that's finished and done, after a day or so, then we'll see it push up from that point. And in this New York one, we'll see that push up to 80 there in 5 waves. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 moving up there. So we can look at that here, and then we'll see a correction before seeing further upside on that note. So all good for resources. Okay, I'll leave it at that. Thanks for tuning in. Much appreciated. Cheers.